Ricky, baby, you remember when we were young and naive?
I do.
We'd roll out on a scrubber demo with a Magnum scrubber thinking that we were the baddest things rolling.
They were the best.
They were the best. Big steel frame, tip back tank, Trojan batteries, scrub pressure to beat the band.
Then we took this and made it better. We're going to show you some of the differences from our previous existing model. Maybe you're still running this today, and show you how we've made it better and what we've improved on the new model.
So this machine it's cut away to show you some of the internals, but this was the Tomcat Magnum. Now been replaced by the Tomcat Carbon, but this machine had our tip back tank, full access recovery tank, but over time as machines aged and they lived in the real world, we found that the baked on coating on the lid would corrode when it was left where water vapor could condense on it.
This seal would fail, and it's actually hard to replace because of the size of it and all that adhesive. We were the first ones with a catch in the tank we call the drain saver. It was a great idea at the time. We improved on the new one. With the old style, the basket was way too small to handle any sort of garbage.
And then when you got down past that to the vac motor was actually mounted to the tank of the machine inverted. So if water got in it, one, it would hold water and would cause corrosion in the vac motor, but two, when it got enough, it would blow that water out all over the scrub motors and the batteries. So now that we're a little bit older and a little bit less naive, we're still pretty sure that we roll out in front of a customer with the best scrubber made. Now it's called the Tomcat Carbon. It has about 147 improvements over the old Magnum. Some of them can't be seen. What we want folks to see is the major improvements.
Full clear lid, no more corrosion problems, no more problems with gaskets. If the gasket should fail, this is actually a rubber gasket, it pulls right off and can be replaced easily. Still have the easy access and full access to the machine. You do have a larger screen and ball float. You can flow more air, plus less chance of clogging.
The drain saver now, instead of being that little stainless steel basket, is a molded plastic box. So water comes in, there's a mud flap, it's got a huge capacity for soil.
We also went with full stainless steel tank internal. This is a baffle that actually serves two purposes. Your water and debris are coming in on one side of the tank, which if you're using a high concentration of soap will foam up. You'll actually see when you're operating foam on this side and not on this side, which is very important because this is where your vacuum is being pulled out of the tank. You want to try and keep foam far away from that screen and ball float as possible.
Foam's inevitable in our business. The bigger ball will float on heavy foam, but if it doesn't float, we've put a filter in here that will break that foam back down into a liquid so it doesn't fly through the vac system into the vac motor. It breaks it down into a liquid, and that liquid will trickle down this hose where it falls out in the bandow box right there by Rick.
So you can see this is our new vacuum system compared to the old one we just showed you. The vac motor is not mounted invertedly. Plus your hose from your screen and ball float doesn't go directly into the vac motor. We actually breathe through a secondary box. So if water should make it into the system, it's going to come down this hose under high velocity, open up in this box, and actually drop into water. There is a separator wall in between where your air is coming in and where the air is being pulled out by your vacuum motor. Any moisture that does make it in here collects and actually runs towards the drain. You can see everything's actually pitched. So when you do turn the vacuum motor off, if there's any water ingested into the system, it'll actually drain out, saving your vac motor.